From the very first moment we awaken to the realities of our financial lives, there exists an invisible architecture shaping every outcome we experience. Most people are unaware that their deepest beliefs, ingrained patterns, and subconscious programming act as the primary architects of their financial reality. You may work tirelessly, plan meticulously, and yet find yourself repeatedly confronting obstacles that seem external, when in truth, they are echoes of your internal landscape. The principle of quantum prosperity reveals that your thoughts, emotions, and mental focus are not merely abstract phenomena. They operate as energetic signals, creating resonances within the quantum field that either attract or repel abundance. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that the mind is not confined by the tangible world. It engages dynamically with an energetic field where possibilities are infinite, and yet your current state of being determines which possibilities manifest. Through this lens, scarcity is not simply a lack of resources, but a reflection of unresolved emotional patterns, fear-based beliefs, and unconscious resistance. This introduction will guide you into an understanding that transforming your financial reality is a multidimensional endeavor. It requires an awareness of the subtle energies governing your perception, the discipline to reprogram limiting beliefs, and the courage to align your intentions with a higher universal frequency of prosperity. By approaching wealth as a living, responsive field, and not a static goal, you begin to perceive the hidden dynamics that have previously kept abundance at a distance, creating the foundation for a radical shift in both perception and lived experience. Understanding your financial blocks, every individual carries within them a complex network of beliefs, emotions, and unconscious patterns that silently dictate their financial reality. These internal structures, often developed through childhood experiences, societal conditioning, and personal failures, function as invisible barriers that subtly restrict the flow of prosperity. The mind, as Joe Dispenza elucidates, does not merely react to external circumstances, but actively co-creates reality through coherent or incoherent energy patterns. When your thoughts, emotions, and expectations are misaligned, they generate dissonance within the quantum field, creating interference that prevents opportunities, abundance, and financial breakthroughs from materializing. Scarcity, in this context, is a reflection not of external limitations, but of unresolved psychological and emotional imprints that operate beneath conscious awareness. A critical aspect of understanding these blocks lies in identifying the recurring patterns of self-sabotage. These patterns often manifest as procrastination, avoidance, irrational fears, or repetitive financial mistakes, each acting as a mirror to the subconscious programming influencing decision-making processes. Individuals may experience success temporarily, only to find it slipping away due to invisible emotional and energetic constraints. The subconscious mind, operating faster than conscious reasoning, responds to ingrained narratives of limitation, doubt, or unworthiness. The repetition of these narratives strengthens neural pathways that solidify scarcity as a dominant experiential reality. It becomes evident that the barriers to abundance are rarely external. They are encoded within the emotional body and cognitive frameworks established over years of lived experience. The field of quantum prosperity suggests that every thought, intention, and emotional state sends a measurable vibrational signal into the quantum field, which responds in kind. When fear, anxiety, or resistance dominate these signals, the universe, in its energetic reciprocity, aligns circumstances that reflect these dissonant frequencies. Conversely, when clarity, emotional coherence, and a deep sense of possibility emerge, the field responds with aligned opportunities and manifestations. This process illustrates the profound connection between inner alignment and outer financial outcomes. Financial blocks are therefore not obstacles to overcome through sheer effort alone. They require conscious awareness, emotional recalibration, and the cultivation of coherent energy patterns that resonate with abundance. Observing subtle signals from the body and mind provides insight into the presence of these blocks. Chronic stress, restlessness, indecision, or recurring financial frustration act as indicators that energetic misalignment exists. Recognizing these signals and exploring their origins allows individuals to trace the roots of their scarcity patterns, revealing unconscious fears, limiting beliefs, and conditioned expectations. By mapping these internal landscapes, one can understand the mechanisms through which financial reality is influenced. The subtle, often invisible nature of these blocks makes them elusive, yet they are deeply instructive in revealing what must be addressed for genuine prosperity to emerge. In essence, understanding financial blocks is an invitation to delve into the interplay between mind, emotion, and quantum energy. It is an acknowledgement that wealth is not solely a product of external strategies or actions, but of internal coherence and vibrational alignment. The nervous system, emotional body, and cognitive patterns are all intricately linked, forming a dynamic field where thought, feeling, and intention converge to produce tangible results. By illuminating the hidden structures that perpetuate limitation, it becomes possible to engage with the quantum field intentionally, establishing a foundation for lasting abundance. In this chapter, the journey begins with recognizing the subtle but powerful internal forces that shape financial reality, laying the groundwork for transformation, reprogramming, and the manifestation of true prosperity. Reprogramming your mindset for abundance. The architecture of the mind is not fixed. It is a dynamic system capable of profound transformation when engaged with conscious awareness and intentional focus. Within the field of quantum prosperity, the patterns that dictate financial experiences are understood as energetic habits, deeply embedded in neural pathways and reinforced through emotional resonance. Joe Dispenza highlights that habitual thought patterns, once internalized, act as autopilot mechanisms, dictating responses, expectations, and ultimately the reality one experiences. The mind, operating in tandem with the body's energetic field, continually projects these patterns into the quantum realm, inviting circumstances that mirror the predominant frequency. This implies that shifting financial outcomes requires not merely tactical adjustments, but a systemic recalibration of the mental and emotional framework itself. Reprogramming the mindset begins with observing the internal dialogue that shapes perception. Language, self-talk, and habitual narratives form the backbone of cognitive emotional coherence, and when these elements are dominated by fear, scarcity, or self-doubt, the resultant energy signals repel abundance. In contrast, patterns infused with clarity, intentionality, and confidence generate resonance within the quantum field that is receptive to prosperity. This subtle interplay underscores why conventional approaches focused exclusively on external strategies often fail. Without recalibrating the internal frequency, actions alone cannot generate sustained abundance. Neuroplasticity plays a critical role in this process, as repeated focus on new constructive thought patterns gradually reshapes the brain's architecture, forming pathways that support elevated states of consciousness and expanded financial perception. The process of reprogramming also involves examining deeply ingrained belief systems. Cultural conditioning, familial narratives, and personal experiences converge to form a subconscious blueprint that either supports or obstructs wealth. Many individuals hold conflicting beliefs, desiring prosperity while unconsciously resisting it due to feelings of unworthiness or fear of success. The juxtaposition of desire and resistance creates a state of internal incoherence, a misalignment that the quantum field interprets as ambiguity, yielding outcomes that reflect stagnation rather than flow. By cultivating awareness of these incongruences, the mind begins to disentangle from limiting patterns, allowing for the establishment of coherent, intention-aligned energy conducive to manifestation. Visualization, when approached with emotional fidelity and mental clarity, acts as a bridge between present awareness and desired outcomes. The mind's capacity to simulate experience activates corresponding neural networks, effectively creating a template within the nervous system that primes both perception and behavior. When this visualization is coupled with elevated emotional states such as gratitude, certainty, and receptivity, it amplifies the energetic signal emitted into the quantum field. Over time, consistent practice of coherent thought-emotion alignment fosters structural changes in neural pathways, enhancing resilience, clarity, and the capacity to recognize opportunities that align with abundance. Reprogramming is reinforced through sustained attention to the subtle cues of internal coherence. The alignment of thought, feeling, and bodily state cultivates a resonance that naturally attracts experiences in accordance with the revised mental map. This includes the regulation of stress responses, emotional reactivity, and unconscious resistance, all of which act as amplifiers or dampeners of energetic output. The emergence of financial flow is thus less a matter of external manipulation and more the result of an internally coherent system projecting a clear, stable frequency into the quantum field. The mind, once recalibrated, becomes a magnet for opportunities, partnerships, and circumstances that were previously inaccessible, creating an experiential environment where abundance is not only possible, but inevitable. Advanced quantum prosperity techniques. The exploration of prosperity through the lens of quantum principles reveals layers of energetic and psychological influence that operate beneath conscious awareness. In this framework, financial outcomes are not solely dictated by external effort, but by the coherence of the internal energetic field and its alignment with the possibilities inherent in the quantum domain. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that the mind interacts dynamically with a field of infinite potential, and it is the quality of this interaction that determines whether abundance manifests or remains elusive. By cultivating advanced techniques that harmonize thought, emotion, and intention, individuals can amplify the resonance of prosperity, creating conditions in which opportunities are not merely encountered, but actively drawn toward them. One such technique involves the deliberate synchronization of emotional states with cognitive focus. Feelings of gratitude, certainty, and joy act as energetic accelerants, increasing the potency of intention and signaling receptivity to the quantum field. These emotional states, when coupled with clear visualization of desired outcomes, create coherent patterns that resonate within both the nervous system and the surrounding energetic environment. Over time, this coherence produces measurable shifts in perception, allowing subtle opportunities and synchronicities to emerge that were previously unnoticed. The integration of body awareness, including breath and posture, further reinforces these signals, anchoring elevated emotional and mental states into physical experience and strengthening the feedback loop between internal alignment and external manifestation. Another critical aspect of advanced prosperity techniques is the recognition of unconscious resistance. Many individuals maintain conflicting desires and deeply ingrained fears that operate below the threshold of conscious thought. This resistance can manifest as procrastination, indecision, or repeated financial setbacks. By bringing awareness to these hidden patterns, the individual begins to dissolve energetic interference, creating space for coherent signals to propagate. The combination of reflective observation and intentional focus forms a powerful mechanism for dislodging limiting beliefs and replacing them with patterns aligned to abundance. The subtlety of this process lies in its indirect approach. Transformation occurs not by forcing change externally, but by adjusting the internal state to resonate with the desired reality. The concept of temporal suspension also plays a role in advanced prosperity practice. Detachment from linear expectation allows the individual to interact with the quantum field without the distortion of impatience or anxiety, enabling outcomes to emerge in their natural timing. This approach aligns with the understanding that the universe responds to vibrational coherence rather than rigid schedules or demands. By cultivating patience and receptivity, one allows energy to flow unimpeded, increasing the probability that manifestations occur in alignment with highest potential and optimal conditions. Advanced techniques further include the deliberate cultivation of intention through multisensory visualization, engaging sight, sound, emotion, and kinesthetic sensation in imagining the experience of abundance creates a holistic template within the brain and body. Neural networks respond as though the experience is real, establishing a reference point that guides behavior, perception, and subtle energetic output. When this template is maintained consistently, it becomes a magnet for the corresponding materialization of financial prosperity. The integration of these methods results in a self-reinforcing cycle. Internal coherence generates external opportunity, which in turn reinforces the individual's energetic alignment, deepening their ability to operate within a field of limitless potential. Conscious action and daily application, financial transformation within the quantum framework is not the result of sporadic insight or isolated intention. It is a product of consistent engagement with both mental clarity and energetic coherence. The mind and body function as a unified system, and the alignment of thought, emotion, and physiological state creates a resonance that interacts with the quantum field, inviting circumstances and opportunities that mirror internal coherence. Daily practice of conscious awareness enhances sensitivity to subtle cues from the environment, revealing patterns, synchronicities, and possibilities that would otherwise go unnoticed. This approach emphasizes the integration of elevated states of consciousness into ordinary routines, where every choice, emotional response, and attention focus contributes to the cumulative manifestation of prosperity. A core principle is the cultivation of habitual alignment between intention and emotional tone. When the nervous system, heart, and mind maintain coherence, signals sent into the quantum field are unambiguous, allowing energetic patterns of abundance to emerge naturally. Conversely, inconsistent attention or emotional turbulence generates interference, often resulting in stagnation or delayed manifestation. Understanding this dynamic underscores the significance of integrating awareness into every aspect of daily life. The quality of thought, the tone of internal dialogue, and the emotional state present during ordinary interactions all contribute to the amplification or attenuation of abundance signals. The embodiment of conscious presence, in this sense, is as crucial as clarity of intention, for energy follows attention and creates the environment in which prosperity can arise. Subtle emotional management and reflection provide insight into the alignment of internal states. Recognizing stress, doubt, or habitual worry as indicators of misalignment allows for realignment with the frequency of abundance. This process is not about suppressing emotions, but about consciously transforming reactive patterns into coherent energetic expression. Mindful engagement with daily decisions, financial interactions, and planning tasks reinforces the stability of internal coherence, strengthening the vibrational signal emitted into the quantum field. By consistently choosing alignment over dissonance, the individual establishes a framework within which opportunities, financial influxes, and supportive relationships naturally converge. The integration of intentional visualization with practical application extends the field of manifestation into tangible results. Multi-sensory engagement, imagining outcomes with detail, feeling the associated emotions, and anchoring these experiences physiologically creates a template within both the neural and energetic system. This template functions as a guide for perceiving opportunities, making decisions, and interacting with the world in ways that support the desired reality. Temporal flexibility, or the suspension of linear expectation, allows the flow of manifestation to proceed without the interference of impatience or anxiety, which can distort energetic coherence. By remaining present and attentive to the unfolding of circumstances, while maintaining alignment with intended outcomes, one harnesses the quantum principles of timing, resonance, and energetic response. Ultimately, conscious action embeds prosperity into the rhythm of daily life, transforming theory into practice. Alignment of thought, emotion, and behavior establishes a consistent vibrational field that resonates with abundance, while awareness and reflection ensure that internal coherence is maintained. Through this approach, the quantum principles of prosperity are not abstract concepts, but lived experiences, shaping perception, decision-making, and interaction with the world. The manifestation of abundance thus becomes an emergent property of sustained, conscious, and energetically aligned engagement, where every moment contributes to the continuous creation of financial and personal prosperity. Integrating quantum prosperity into life. As the exploration of quantum prosperity comes full circle, it becomes evident that true financial transformation is neither accidental nor solely the result of external effort. It is the emergent outcome of internal alignment, emotional coherence, and consistent engagement with the subtle energies that shape reality. Every thought, belief, and emotional pattern functions as a signal transmitted into the quantum field, attracting circumstances that mirror the underlying vibrational quality. Scarcity, limitation, and missed opportunities are rarely reflections of the external world. They are manifestations of unresolved internal dissonance. Recognizing this fundamental principle shifts the locus of control from external conditions to internal mastery, revealing that the capacity to manifest abundance resides within the coherent integration of mind, body, and energy. The journey toward quantum prosperity is one of conscious recalibration. Deeply ingrained beliefs about money, success, and self-worth must be examined, deconstructed, and reprogrammed to align with a higher frequency of abundance. Joe Dispenza's insights into the interplay between neural conditioning and energetic resonance highlight the necessity of deliberate practice. The repetition of coherent thought-emotion patterns rewires neural pathways and creates the physiological conditions necessary for consistent manifestation. This process is not instantaneous, yet the field responds to intention aligned with emotional clarity, producing tangible results over time. Each moment becomes an opportunity to refine alignment, to observe internal states, and to consciously shape energy in a manner that encourages prosperity to emerge naturally. The integration of these principles into daily life transforms ordinary routines into potent vehicles for manifestation. Attention to mental and emotional coherence during financial interactions, planning, and decision-making ensures that every action carries the resonance of abundance. The incorporation of visualization, multisensory engagement, and emotional fidelity strengthens the energetic template that guides perception and behavior. Temporal suspension, or the practice of releasing rigid attachment to outcomes, allows manifestation to unfold in optimal timing, demonstrating the interplay between human intentionality and universal responsiveness. Prosperity, once viewed as an external goal, becomes a natural consequence of internal alignment and energetic sophistication. Furthermore, advanced techniques of quantum prosperity emphasize the dissolution of unconscious resistance. Conflicting desires, fear of success, and deeply ingrained scarcity narratives create internal interference that diminishes the potency of intentionality. By cultivating awareness of these subtle obstructions, an individual can gently dissolve resistance, establishing clarity and coherence within the field of consciousness. This process underscores the importance of observation, reflection, and deliberate emotional management, revealing that the quality of one's inner life directly shapes the external manifestation of wealth. The subtle nuances of thought, feeling, and bodily state become critical instruments in the orchestration of abundance, demonstrating that financial mastery is inseparable from personal and energetic evolution. Ultimately, the principles of quantum prosperity reveal that abundance is not a static reward, but a dynamic interplay of consciousness, emotion, and energy. The consistent practice of alignment, awareness, and energetic coherence transforms the individual into an active participant in the creative process of reality. Financial abundance emerges not from external manipulation, but from the disciplined cultivation of internal harmony, the precise tuning of thought and emotion, and the deliberate projection of coherent energetic signals into the quantum field. By embracing this understanding, every moment is infused with the potential for transformation, and every experience becomes an opportunity to deepen resonance with the universal flow of abundance. Quantum prosperity is, therefore, both a mindset and a lived reality, integrating the scientific, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of human experience. It invites the individual to take full responsibility for internal states, to cultivate emotional and cognitive clarity, and to engage with the subtle energetic mechanisms that shape material outcomes. Through this integration, abundance becomes not merely a distant aspiration, but a consistent lived expression of alignment, intentionality, and energetic mastery. The journey is continuous, evolving with each moment of attention, reflection, and conscious engagement, producing a life in which prosperity is not exceptional but inherent. Now that you have seen the transformative power of quantum prosperity and how internal alignment directly influences the reality you experience, take a moment to reflect. How would your life change if every thought, belief, and emotional state consistently resonated with abundance? Imagine the possibilities if your mental patterns, emotional coherence, and energetic frequency were fully harmonized with the quantum field of prosperity. This is not a theoretical concept, but a practical, achievable process. By observing the subtle cues of your inner life, releasing dissonance, and cultivating deliberate alignment, you create a foundation where opportunities, resources, and financial breakthroughs naturally flow toward you. Ask yourself, What areas of your financial reality are still shaped by hidden resistance or subconscious patterns? Where do fear, doubt, or scarcity narratives influence your choices without your conscious awareness? Recognizing these internal influences is the first step toward reclaiming mastery over your experience. Every decision, interaction, and focus of attention carries vibrational weight that contributes to either abundance or limitation. By bringing awareness and intentionality to each moment, you transform ordinary life into a fertile ground for quantum prosperity to manifest. If you found this video insightful and compelling, subscribing to the channel ensures you continue receiving guidance that combines science, spirituality, and actionable strategies for financial and personal transformation. By subscribing, you stay connected to a growing community of individuals committed to internal mastery and external manifestation. Turn on notifications to be the first to experience new content designed to elevate your understanding of prosperity, abundance, and quantum alignment. Continue exploring the next videos on your screen to deepen your journey. Each segment builds upon the last, revealing additional insights, techniques, and perspectives that enhance your capacity to operate with clarity, coherence, and intentionality. Your journey toward quantum prosperity is cumulative, and engaging with these resources consistently amplifies the transformation of both your inner and outer reality. Remember, financial mastery through quantum principles is not about luck, external manipulation, or wishful thinking. It is the result of deliberate alignment, conscious action, and energetic coherence maintained over time. Your mind, body, and emotional field are the instruments through which abundance is orchestrated. By engaging with these teachings, subscribing for continued guidance, and exploring the additional videos available, you step fully into the process of creating a reality where prosperity is not just possible, but inevitable.